Good morning, students. Today I am going to explain about the isotopic ions or isotopic peaks. So let's see what is the isotope. So I know you have already known about the isotopes, but I want to tell you once again, right? Okay, what is isotope? Right? Isotope means what? So isotopes are nothing but which is having same atomic number with different mass numbers. Right? Okay. If you take carbon, right, in nature, so two types of carbons are available, right? So most of the natural abundant element is C12, C612, right? Okay, and least abundant element is C613, right? Here 6 plus 6 protons, 6 neutrons are present. So if you add 6 plus 6, you will get 12 mass, right? But here if you add 6 plus 7, you will get 13. So if you subtract 6 from this 13, you will get this 7. That means what? 7 neutrons are present, 6 protons are present. Same atomic number means 6 protons are present here and 6 protons are present, but only the difference is mass, neutrons, right? So one more extra neutron is present in the case of C13. So that's why it is having higher mass than this C12. Okay, right? So what is the importance of these isotopic peaks? Right? Let's see. Okay, if it reacts with O16, what happens? It forms two types of molecules, C612, O18. I don't want to mention this one, and CO13, 16, right? 16. So we have to bombard the electron, 70 electron volt beam by electron impact mass. It removes one electron, and here also we are doing the same, right? Minus electron. So then what happens? It removes one electron and form the molecular ion. So what are the MZ values for this one? What is the weights for this carbon and 16? It is about 12 and 16. Means what? MZ is 28 for this C12 carbon, and here MZ is 29 for this C13 carbon. Okay, right? Okay, so this is the only difference. So how can it helps isotopic peaks in the mass spectrum, right? Okay, so if first we have to draw the spectrum for this CO molecule. Okay. This is percentage of relative abundance and this is MZ value, right? So which is C12 is the molecular ion peak. This is called as M molecular ion peak, and it is also giving one more peak which is nothing but M+1, right? We call it as molecular ion, and this we call it as M+1 ion because 1 unit of mass is more than for this C13, so isotope. So that's why we call it as, what is that? M+1. Here what is the MZ value for this one? This is C12 O16, and this peak is for C13 O16. Means this is 29 1 and this is 28 1. So what is the position of the isotopic peak? Means M+1 peak. It is present in the right side of the molecular ion peaks, right? So please note this one. What is the position of the molecular ion peaks? M+1 ion, because only one mass is different, 1 unit of. If 2 units of mass is different, then we call it as M plus 2, right? Okay, M molecular ion, M plus 1 ion, because it is having 1 unit extra, right? If it contains 2 units mass higher than this molecular, we call it as M plus 2, and like this M plus 3, M plus 4, right? M plus 4. So what is the use? Okay, by using this isotopic ions or peaks, right? Okay, so one main application is we can determine the molecular formula by using this isotopic peak, right? Okay, so we have to calculate the abundance for this M plus 1 ion and M plus 1 molecular ion. Then we can calculate the number of carbon atoms. Thereby we can determine the structure, what is the molecular formula. Okay, right? So let's see what are the abundance of various isotopes in the nature. So there are a number of there, but the mass can detect only proton, hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen, chlorine, bromine, right? By using all these higher isotopic abundance, we can calculate the number of carbon atoms. So let's see how it is possible. Okay, right? So see this one, relative percentage of natural abundance of isotopes, right? Okay, so here we can see what is the percentage of the isotopic peaks, right? We take this is serial number, element, common type and heavier type. Okay, so carbon, it is suitable. It is, if it is 100%. What about C13? It is about 1.11 percentage. And what about this oxygen? Oxygen is O16 is available as a 100% in nature, but it is available as a 0.04 percentage, right? Okay, so what about here? Hydrogen, if you take hydrogen, so it is 100%. What about this deuterium? 0.016 percentage. Okay, so next nitrogen, it is N14 is there, N15 is there, right? N14 is, if it is 100%, N15 is 0.38 percentage, right? Chlorine, so you have to just make it this is important one, this is important one, this is important one, right? Okay, right? Okay, because we are using only these three, right? Okay, so chlorine, CL35 100%, and what about this 33%? Means molecular ion peak and M plus 1, M plus 2 peak is, what is this? If it is 3 intensity, so it is 1/3 of this 3, right? Okay. Here bromine is equal, means you will get as it is 1.1% of intensity of M plus 1 and M plus 2 peaks. What about this sulfur? You will get 20%, 1 means 1/20th of the intensity of M plus 2 ion peak is present in the mass spectrum. Okay, right? Okay. So these are some percentage of natural abundance of isotopes: carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, chlorine, bromine, sulfur. Okay. So you have to note down this. This is very important one, right? Okay. And mainly, if you see here, chlorine. What is that? Chlorine. Note. Chlorine 35 is there, and chlorine 37 is there. What is the percentage of this one? 100:33. Means 33 ones, 33 threes. So what is the percentage? 3:1 for chlorine, right? 3:1 for chlorine. And what about bromine? Bromine, you take bromine. Bromine 79 is there, and bromine 81 is there, right? So this is 100% and this is 98% means approximately 1:1 ratio of M plus ion, molecular ion M plus 2 peak is present with equal intensity, right? What about sulfur? Sulfur is about some, if it is 100, sulfur 34, right? 4.5. It is about 20:1 approximately. Approximately 20:1. Okay. So make this note down these points. Okay. So let's see what are the so how can we calculate the number of atomic number of carbon atoms by using isotopic abundance, right? Relative abundance of isotopes. Okay, right? So now see this. What is this? Designation of isotopic peaks. Designation of isotopic peaks. So we want to take C12, right? C12 with oxygen 16, O17 and O18. We will get C12 O16 plus and C12 O17 peak and C13 C12 O18 peak, right? Okay, so we will get all these peaks. So see, so what is the, so how can we see? Okay, so M plus peak is 28 M by Z, here M by Z 29, here M by Z 30, right? Okay. And we have to take a C13 also. Okay. 16, 17, 18. So we'll get 29 along with C13, O16, C13, O17, right? C13, O18. We get lot of peaks. Okay? We get lot of peaks. So what is the M by Z value for this? M by Z 29, M by Z 30, M by Z 31, right? Okay, if you take, we have to take this M by Z 28 is the molecular ion, but there is no doubt. Okay, M plus 1 ion peak is there, whether it is O17 or whether it is C13. We can determine by taking this isotopic peak, right? M plus 1 ion, there are whether it is so we can calculate later. Okay, M plus 1 peak is there and M plus 2 peak is there, right? M plus 2 is 30, M plus 3 is this one. This is M plus 1 peak, M plus 2, and this is M plus 3. M plus 2 peak is 30, right? And M plus 3 is 31. Okay? This is 28, this is 29, this is 30, this is 31. Like this you will get peaks, extra peaks. Extra peaks are nothing but isotopic peaks. Okay? Isotopic peaks. Okay? Right? Like this we can designate these isotopic ions. Okay? So let's see what is the molecular. How can we determine the number of carbon atoms? Okay. So if you see here, we have to take these considerations. If molecule is having following elements means carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, bromine, sulfur, right? Okay. So what is the M plus 1 contributes only carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, not chlorine and bromine, right? Because it is having two more neutrons are two neutrons are different from the isotope. Cl35 is the Cl37. What is the difference? Only two neutrons. What about bromine? Bromine is 100% abundant. Bromine is 79. What is isotopic one? 98%, right? Okay, so two neutrons are present means M plus 2. They provide M plus 2 peaks, not the M plus 1 peaks. So that's why we have to take only this, because these will provide M plus 1 peaks, because oxygen is there, hydrogen is there, because oxygen 16 is there, 17 is there, and hydrogen, deuterium is there, nitrogen 14 is there, 15 is a M plus 1, and S33 is there, right? So like that you have to take, consider this only these elements, right? Okay, C13 is there. So what is the percentage of relative intensity of M plus 1 peak? We have to calculate like this. You have to calculate 1.11. What is the 1.11? It is the it is the abundant percentage of the C13s, right? You have to multiply this what is that, isotopic peaks, right? Okay, least abundant isotopic percentages, right? Not the high abundant elements. You have to take the least abundant elements, right? Means isotopes, right? So here C13. What about this abundant percentage of this 1.1 is C13. And what about this oxygen? And 0.04 into how many number of oxygens are there? Then we can calculate this percentage of M plus 1 peak. And next 0.016 and number of hydrogens, right? 0.38 into number of nitrogens, and finally sulfur. What is the sulfur abundance? 0.78, right? So ignore all the percentage of oxygen, hydrogen and nitrogen. Just we have to take consideration for carbon only, because we have to determine the number of carbon atoms, right? So what is the formula? 1.11 into number of carbon atoms. So you can determine number of carbon atoms, right? Yeah. So we have to take this one as a by, right? Because here is there na, so it will go by in the what is that denominator, right? Okay, right? So this is the formula to determine the number of carbon atoms. Number of carbon atoms. What is that? Percentage of relative abundance of M plus 1 ion peak by 1.1. You will get number of carbon atoms. Okay, number of carbon atoms. Suppose I want to tell you one thing. What is the percentage of M plus 1 peak? What is the percentage of M plus 1 peak, relative M plus peak of number of C60, relative abundance of M plus 1 peak of C60. You can calculate, right? What is the here percentage of relative abundance or relative intensity? One and same. Relative abundance or relative intensity. You can represent as Ri also. No problem at all. Right? Okay? Of M plus 1 peak. What you will get more? 1.1 into 60. What is the number of carbons? 60, right? So what is the answer here? 66.60. So what is the M plus 1 peak abundance for this one? 66.6 of the molecular ion, because 60 carbons are there, na, right? And one more is there. What is the percentage of? Okay, I hope you understand this concept, right? So we have, if we calculate relative intensity of M plus 1 peak, we have to calculate all this, but we have to, if we have to calculate number of carbon atoms, this is the formula. We have to ignore all these peaks. Okay, alright. So next we'll get this percentage of relative abundance of M plus 1 peak by 1.11. So this is the formula is used for the calculating the number of carbon atoms. Okay, right? We see here, what is the calculate this one, that is what is the percentage of relative intensity or relative abundance of M plus 1 peak for benzaldehyde. What is the benzaldehyde formula, right? C7H6O, right? C7H6O. Okay, so how many carbons are there? 7 carbons are there. So that's what is the formula here? 1.11 into number of carbon atoms. Number of carbon atoms are for benzaldehyde is 7. So what is the value? 7.77 percentage of M plus 1 peak is present, right? Okay, so we can determine the molecular formula by using M plus 1 ion peak. So there are some basic points are there. So if molecular ion peak is not a base peak, we have to increase its intensity to 100%, right? 100% at the same time, proportionally we have to increase the intensity of M plus 1 and M plus 2 ions, right? So if we see here, what is the percentage of molecular ion peak? First you have to take the given molecular ion peak, right? Molecular ion peak or M plus 1 or M plus 2, whatever it. So you have to write which to which we have to increase the intensity, right? By given molecular ion abundance, right? So if you see this spectrum, right? So this is what is the 100% peak is called as base peak, right? So if it is not a base peak, right? If it is not a base peak, we have to increase the molecular ion to 100%, right? Right? Suppose if you take this is 70% is there, right? What is this molecular ion peak, right? Molecular ion. So what is 70? What is 70 by 70, right? We have to take the molecular ion abundance, right? Into 100. What you will get? 100%. Means we have to increase the molecular ion peak to the 100%, right? Like that, you have to take M plus 1, percentage of M plus 1. Percentage of M plus 1. What is the percentage here? 10, right? 10 by, what is this? 10 into 100. Okay? So 10 is the percentage of M plus 1 ion peak. And what is the 70 here? Given molecular ion abundance. What is the molecular ion abundance? It is 70 into 100. How much it is? Calculate. It is about 14.8 percentage. Okay, 14.8 percentage. And if you calculate M plus 2 percentage, right? Percentage of relative intensity of M plus 2 ions. What is the percentage here? 8 by 70 into 100, right? So this is, it will give 11.4%, right? Means it is 14.8% part of this molecular ion, right? As intense as this, right? Okay. Next, like this 8%. So 70% means this is 100% molecular ion. But what is the M plus 2 ion intensity? It is about 11.4% of this molecular ion peak. And what about this M plus 1 ion peak? It is about 14.8% peak. Okay, right? Okay. So here it is the data, right? Molecular ion is there, an embedded value and relative abundance. What is the molecular ion peak here? 86. What is its abundance? 10. What is M plus 1 peak? 87. What is its abundance? 0.56. M plus 2, 88. So we have to determine which molecule it is by using this data, right? Okay, first we have to, so it is not 100%, right? It is about only 10%. So we have to increase its intensity to 100% by using that formula. So what is the percentage of molecular ion peak? We have to take 10 by 10 into 100, right? So it is 100%. Next you have to take M plus 1 ion. So what is M plus 1 ion? 0.56 into 10 into 100. So what is the value? 5.6% of this one, right? Next M plus 2. What is the 0.04 by 10 into 100, right? It is about 0.4, right? Okay. Okay, so it is about 0.4. So how can you calculate? So actually we have the information about M plus 1 ion peak, and then we can calculate the number of carbon atoms. How? So there is a formula, right? Number of carbon atoms is equal to, what is the formula? 1 point. So percentage of relative abundance of M plus 1 peak by 1.11. So what is the percentage of relative abundance peak here? It is about 5.6, 1.11. It is approximately, how many carbons are there for this? 5.6. Okay, so calculate. So what is the value? 5.6 by 1.11, it is about 5. So approximately 5 carbons are present, right? So what is the molecular ion peak? It is the 86. So we have to subtract the mass of these 5 carbons from this 86, right? So 86 is there. What is the carbons? So 5 into 12, right? So minus 5 into 12. 86 minus 60, right? So 26 is there. 26 is there, right? So for this, here, okay, for 5 carbons, remaining 26 mass, we have to calculate what are the elements present for the 26 mass, right? But 26 hydrogens are not possible for the 5 carbons, right? If you assume there is one oxygen atom, so what is the mass of the oxygen atom? It is the 16, right? So if you assume if there is one oxygen atom, we have to subtract 26 minus 16. What is the oxygen atomic mass? 26, right? It 10, right? So remaining 10 are possible for 5 carbon atoms. So that's why 10 hydrogens are present, right? So what is the molecular formula? C5H10O. So like this, we have to determine the molecular formula, right? So first we have to calculate the percentage of molecular ion and M plus 1 ion M plus 2. Then you have to determine the number of carbons. Thereby you can determine the number of oxygen atoms and number of oxygen or whatever the ions present, right? And hydrogens. Like this you have to calculate the number of carbon atoms. Then you can determine the molecular formula, right? Okay, I'll give you examples. So this is the assignment for you. Okay, I am giving 2 or 3 examples. So you have to do that work and submit me in through WhatsApp group. Okay, right? So here I am providing the data of this one, right? Okay. So see here, what is the molecular ion? 73. So what is the abundance? 86. M plus 1 peak is 74 and 3.2 percentage. M plus P is 75 and 0.18 percentage. First you have to calculate the percentage because it is not 100%, right? Okay. So M plus 1 peak, you have to calculate this peak, and by using M plus 1 ion intensity you can calculate the number of carbon atoms there. And one more clue is there. So molecular ion is with odd mass, right? This means what? There may be one nitrogen atom, right? This is the clue for you, right? In next one also it is about the odd mass, means there may be one nitrogen atom. And if you see here, what is the ratio of this one? M plus molecular ion and M plus 1 weak, 133.3. So determine which isotope is present, right? Which isotope is present. But there must be one nitrogen atom along with one isotope is there. So find out which isotope and find out the molecular formula by using these intensities. Tomorrow I will explain about this. First you have to do this all these problems and send me through WhatsApp, then I will explain you in the class, right? But you have to do your own, right? You have to do and submit whether it is correct or not, but you have to try, right? Okay. So this is before previous assignment. Okay, I gave you McLaughlin fragmentation, right, for A and B and C, right? This is for A part. Okay, do your own self correction, right? Okay, so this is about A1, this part. This is B1 and this is C1. Okay, so I have clearly explained in first one. Okay, so this is so here we can take either this side or this side, no problem, right? But we have to, but what is the necessary condition here? It should be a gamma hydrogen. That is only the difference, right? So correct with yourself. Okay, I am explaining here each and everything, so there is no need to explain again. Okay, so correct your own, right? Okay, by so observing this fragmentation, McLaughlin fragmentation. If you cannot understand, please contact me. I will explain you. I will provide you notes. Okay, right, through WhatsApp. Okay, so this is today's explanation, and do that previous examples for the determination of molecular formula. I have explained you now. So based on that, you have to submit by tomorrow. Okay, by tomorrow morning, right? Okay, tomorrow we will continue tomorrow with another topic. Okay, thank you.